Greetings and salutations, I am your Game Master, the Master of Ceremonies, 16-bit Scotty, and this is Dice Dorks in Danger, where we like to shoot first and ask questions later. So, to kick things off, let's go ahead and introduce our players for the evening, 3 of the 4. Let's go ahead and start with, it's going to be one of them nights, Chrono.
Hello, I'm Chrono. I am also playing Richard for tonight.
And how's Richard feeling?
I am back from my vacation.
Yes, and how was vacation?
Vacation was very nice. Although, I'm a little more stressed out about the game now than I was before the vacation.
Nice. I wonder why.
I can't imagine.
Huh, that's so interesting. Segueing to Dead Man Bones. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character, if you would.
I'm Deadman Bones, and I am playing Zobras, a mentally distressed teenager at the moment, and maybe panicking.
No, everything's fine. Fine, it's all fine. Segueing to Crom.
That's his voice in the
Gilius.
sky.
I am Gelius. I will be playing Crom tonight, and things may or may not go bad tonight.
Why is that?
Reasons.
Reasons? How you liking your wax treatment from last game session?
It hurt!
It hurt? But at least your arm looks beautiful. So smooth.
You want to
baby
see a
soft.
shaved Wookiee?
Yeah, yeah, it's like one of those hairless bears. Look it up. It's a thing.
To be fair, that's how they should demonstrate razors in commercials, not shaving a pre-shaved arm.
I like it. Alrighty.
Yeah.
So, for the recap, not too awful much to recap. Last game session was an interesting one. Had a little bit of a shopping episode with Zoe. Crown was working on a protocol droid head. Also was helping Jada. And then Adamox kind of was just getting around the ship, resting, relaxing, till something could occur. And then enter Bon Voyage, the Bonthan pirate who came up to a Zoe, Richard, Zagar, and newly acquired, quote-unquote, we'll say team member at the moment, Yumi, who is a synthetic being who the party's kind of up in the air about what to do with her. She's supposed to originally have gone to a hut. They kind of find out that instead of being a standard droid, she's got a lot more personality and a lot more sentience. So they're a little waiting for what Ranix is going to do. When Bon Voyage said, hey, you got something that belongs to me, that droid. So Bruss said, heavy blaster cannon, boom, and blew a chunk out of one of the panels and started an entire fight. Thankfully, though, most of the pirates are down. One pirate has suggested that they initiate Plan B, to which Adamox said, oh crap, they have a Plan B. To which the Game Master in his head said, of course, why wouldn't they have a Plan B? And I think that pretty much catches it up. Richards, if I'm not mistaken, you are wounded. I did not mark that on your character sheet. You are out of the goop from the glop grenades that Bon Voyage was chucking. We have not started the initiative roll, so I want to take this time to kind of do a little bit of a cutscene.
Okay.
So.
Oh, shit. Oops. Oh, I just.
Are you okay? Is
Yeah.
things fine? Things are fine?
Yeah,
I don't want another heavy blaster incident. And yes, you will be hearing about this for a little bit.
I just gave you the perception.
That's all right.
I heard initiative and just.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. So we're gonna start out tonight's session with Ranix. He will be in his office, and he's kind of rubbing his forehead with 2 fingers, and he's just going, "Oh, this is going to be problematic. I just don't know." To which his holovid comes to life. As a woman is going to be on the holovid and said, Ranix, sir, we may have a problem. Oh, it just gets better and better, he says. What is this problem? Underneath the holovid is going to be a monitor, to which the monitor flips open, and there will be the camera angle of Bon Voyage kind of off in the far distance as Zoe pulls the trigger and blasts a part off of the panel, and that part of the panel hits the other guy and things, and he goes, "Oh, this is all I need. That synthetic is going to be much more problem than I had thought. I don't think enough credits are going to cover this. Initiate the lockdown procedures. Keep an eye on them, and drop the emergency blast doors, but only once Yumi gets into the umbilical hangar." Yes, sir. The holovid comes down, and he just kind of goes, and then he leans in and types something into his comm, which now the camera will kind of swing to a point where you see Rannick's face on, and the bluish outline of a figure from about the waist down. You can kind of see a figure that looks like a blaster carbine on one side, like a hip pouch, and Ranix goes, "My dear, please tell me you have not left the station yet." And then it will screen swipe back to the chaos that is currently ensuing. All right, so now is the time for initiatives, which, yes, you have to re-roll because players and dungeon masters alike, those that are of new, please do not roll your dice until the game master says, "Please give me the check."
Yeah, that was a misunderstanding.
No. Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. It wasn't a call out. It was just kind of a helpful reminder to people watching.
I rolled one higher. 7.
Nice. Ooh, that jumped. So.
Wait, what? Oh, hold on. Wait.
Wait.
That was with 2 actions. Let me roll another die.
Sure.
So 8.
Okay. And we also have
that perception roll.
For what you have, it's actually, I think, above average or near average. Okay. So. Thank you. As everything is going about, Zoe, you're going to be, and everyone in attendance is going to be hearing heavy footfalls that are coming from over here. And Zoe, you will look over and you will see 4 pirates rounding the bend of the ring. These pirates look relatively well armed, and they will all get around about like that, and that will constitute for their action. Also, I had forgot to mention that Bon Voyage had made a action last game session that was behind cover. So we will also notice that he ends up pulling out a comm link and says, "We are pinned down. Any assistance that you could offer to help secure your droid would be very much appreciated." And then he will take the time to... He is still stunned, so it is a -1. He is going to round the corner and attempt to shoot Adamox.
Okay.
Oh, wow, daggum. He
first.
wants him down. That's 20.
Oh boy.
So that is going to be a hit, but I believe Adamox is going to... Guys, y'all, like I said, it's gonna be one of them nights. I had mentally counted for everybody's actions and had neglected as a terrible game master to get your guys' actions, and I'm just not aware of this because I don't know how many actions Adamox is taking. So before we go any
We don't even know
further,
what order?
you guys are last.
Okay.
Sorry. Like I said, it's
Nah,
gonna be
that's
one of the
good.
night, guys. You're gonna have
It
to.
happens, Scotty.
Yeah,
It happens.
you're gonna have to bear with me. All right, so let me jot down your names real quick, and then Adamox, and then Crom, and then Group 1, Group 2. Okay. Alrighty then. So Zoe, how many actions?
3.
3.
3.
Okay. Richard.
3.
Okay. Adamox will take 2. Crom.
Take 3.
Okay. So Adamox will use this turn now that I've gotten all that sorted. Burn up an action to dodge. And hopefully not get hit. Oh, minus the die. Oh, no, that's a hit. But I need to write that down in case anybody else shoots at him. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, that is a hit. So, damage for the blaster is writing down. And then, let me see. Actually, I need to bring up a sheet because off the top of my head, I don't remember his strength. So, give me just a moment while I bring up Adamox's sheet. Adamox. That's handouts. Adamox at the. Ta-da!
I'm pretty sure that song is so old that it's royalty free.
Who knows? We will say, Crom, roll me
Yes.
3d6 for Adamox's strength. We'll leave it in the player's hands.
Okay, 3d6.
Yep. If you do
I'll
so
even
kind.
get out the good dice.
That would be preferred. And thank you everybody who is joining us for watching. We do have our moderators in chat. If you'd like to chat with us and ask questions and things of that, please feel free. Well, apparently
wild
Dead Man
dice
Bones is
count?
done. Wild dice do count.
Okay, cool. Then that's a 6. Let's see. That's a 15.
15. Nice. That is one more than what the damage was. So he will soak it. Oh, stupid me. I forgot to add his extra armor, but since it ended up beating out anyways, it doesn't matter. Okay. So yeah, Bon Voyage leans over, takes a shot, ends up hitting Adamox right square in the armor. It absorbs. Adamox takes a slight stumble back. He's like, "You shot me!" All right. So that is that. This pirate over yonder will attempt to shoot at Zoe with a quarter cover, is what it looks like to me.
Okay.
So, this will increase the difficulty to attempt to hit you. That's range. Okay. So, that is actually going to be barely hitting you. So, it is a hit, though. So, go
it hit?
ahead. It hits Zoe.
Okay.
So Zoe, go ahead and give me a soaking strength. We're gonna say this time it will actually be your helmet. Unlike last time when I said it was your chest, and then I accidentally said helmet because I was having a brain fart.
I'm actually rolling physical dice for once. I want to try this tower.
Sure.
So my strength is.
And for those of you that have not seen the tower Dead Man Bones got, he got the official Buddha Goblin D&D Dice Tower. So that's first time he showed it to me. I was like, that is a weird looking Buddha. But then he's like, Goblin. I'm like, that makes more sense.
So let's see here. I think that's the right amount of dice. Oh shit! One rolled right out. Okay, so that's 6, 17, 20, 23.
23?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. This time, knowing that it is your helmet, not messing that up, the blaster bolt will graze your helmet, and you can kind of feel the warmth. Actually, what?
That's 25. I forgot the 2 pip.
There you go. Even better. So graze the helmet, and you'll kind of feel the heat a little bit as it kind of absorbs it, and all that other kind of fun stuff. But you can tell from the way it hits, no damage. So that is that. Now, enter a random blaster bolt that comes whizzing through the air with absolutely no sound that will end up taking out this pirate. So this red blaster bolt just comes down from this part of the corridor, embeds itself into the pirate that looks the most armed as that pirate drops down, and then for the grand reveal, there'll be a non-armored Freya that has posted up alongside the wall with a sniper rifle that still has it up, looking down the scope, then looks and then snickers as you're going to see, just so you guys can know, a camera shot will actually show on the rifle that there's like this little charge that starts going beep, beep, like it's almost counting down. So, okay. Freya has joined the fight. And then we go to the crew of the DP-28. So who wants to take the first action?
I'll go ahead and take the first one.
Absolutely.
Go right ahead.
Are we going to get the full order first?
I guess I'll go second. Unless Chrome wants it.
No, I can go last. Works better for me.
Adamox will be ringing up towards the rear. Zagar and Yumi will definitely be waiting towards the end.
Okay.
All right. So, I'm going to say over the comms, everybody on the ship now. And I will start running that way.
Absolutely. So go ahead and give me a dexterity run.
Nine.
9. This is good enough. So yeah, you are going to be able to double your movement to 20 meters. Which I forgot to look that up. But I'm pretty sure that's right. If not, it is for now.
And I'm going to end up there.
This sounds good. All right. So we will have Adamox do the same thing. We'll go ahead and have him do, because I think he's going to run. If you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Just so I
That
get him
sounds
out of the way so I don't forget, because I have a tendency of doing that. Let's go. All right. So that's good enough. He will end up moving 20 meters. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Just ahead of Richard. Now, Crom or Zoe?
I will go.
Okay, Crom.
So, I would like to do one thing before I run. Zagar is still trapped in the goo, correct?
I want to say yes, but I don't remember. So I will say yes.
Okay. So, I'm going to look at Yumi, tell her to help me, and try to pull Zagar out and get running with him.
She will look at you and say, "Go. I have Zagar."
I will just nod and start running for the ship then.
Okay.
And let's see. And I cannot stand on the same spot, so.
Nope.
Alright. I'm going to actually stand right there then. If that's okay with Liam?
Yeah, perfectly fine. We let the Wookiee win. All right, so
Okay, so I got a quick question, and it's clarification for a common sense question.
mhm.
It's about what's on my back.
Yeah.
Is that feasible for the location we're in, or is there too much possibility? Because it's a jetpack, not a rocket pack. So
Either one of them, you're fine. Rocket pack just requires no. Jetpack requires oxygen, which you have in here. Rocket packs are self-contained.
okay.
So yeah, you can use it. It is in the station.
That's why I was asking.
They are. I'm just trying to think for difficulty purposes. It's not exactly cramped, but at the same time, it's going to offer a little bit of a challenge. So it's not going to be easy, but it should not be very difficult. So if you would like to use your jetpack to try to get there, absolutely, you can use an action to do so.
Okay. Well, first off, Zagar still has a move, so I know what I'm doing. I'm lessening the amount of people. I'm going to take a shot at dude that shot at me.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a roll. He had about a quarter cover difficulty, and I'm going to award the same to him. So it will increase the difficulty to hit.
So that is 16.
And which weapon were you using?
I was using my sniper. Oh, wait,
Good.
that's
I
plus
say-
2.
No,
So
you
that's
had
eight-
last
that's
game
18.
session. Hold on. Last game session, you used the pistol that had the quick draw, correct?
I used that, then put it away and grabbed the sniper.
Gotcha.
So that's technically an 18 if I'm reading my tag. Yeah, 18.
Okay. Oh no, disk base full. That might be why I was having problems. Oh well, deal with it. Okay. Let's see. That will be a hit then.
Okay, rolling damage. 5D.
Come on.
3, 4, 5. Get the yellow one out of there. So close. Wow. 5, 10, 22.
22. Yeah, you punch a hole right through him. Shot goes.
moving.
Pow!
Get moving. Offering suppressing fire. Go. That's so.
Oh, come on. Why are you doing that to me? Don't do that to me.
And everybody heard that, right?
Imagine so. That's why. Okay.
Okay. Just making sure.
So looking at the map, you are the only one that actually needs to run. So continuing on. Okay, so Yumi will grab Zagar and just pull him free from the glue, as I believe she had gotten free from herself, and she will basically just grab him and start walking. And they will get here. Alrighty then. So, at this time, Zoe, give me a perception check. Perception spot, which I know you don't have, but it technically would be a spot. Yep.
With the 1 on the wild.
Okay. So what's the total?
2.
Is this with the negative dice modifiers?
Yes. The sheet does that automatically.
Okay. All right.
I was
So
asking the DM.
Zoe is engaged in firefight, and everybody that is on this side, okay, there is going to be a couple things that are going to happen. So first and foremost, I should say, small little cutscene as Yumi has Zagar and they start walking. Further down the corridor that goes into basically like the main shopping areas and all that stuff, there will be a group of black armored individuals running in tandem. So they are coming at a good pace, and it's not, I mean, like everybody's right leg, left leg, I mean, it's all, they are a well synchronized old machine. Behind them is going to be a hooded figure. Yumi is going to look over and notice this as, in my mind, I kind of see the camera now facing these black armored individuals kind of running. She's going to see past them and see this cloaked individual, and she will kind of tilt her head to the side as there'll be kind of like a flashback thing where you're going to see a woman, very much pregnant, another woman and a guy smiling and kind of like, hands on the belly, kind of stuff like that. It looks like people are taking pictures. There's all these things. And then it'll kind of do a flash of various different times of all three of those individuals' faces. Then there will be a flash of Yumi dropping to the ground as a hooded individual basically is kind of just going through and swiping with a lightsaber, killing each of those three. It'll go back to Yumi, who drops Zagar, and then basically motions like she's getting ready to shoot as her face starts twitching with this disbelief, which quickly goes into anger, which tears will actually begin to form. For a little bit of flavor, she's going to start just popping shots off, to which the armored individuals are going to be kind of ducking and weaving. The shots are going to be going past them, deliberately trying to hit this cloaked figure, but the blaster bolts seem to kind of almost like they're getting ready to hit them, and then they just go whoop right past them. And as she's doing this, there's going to be a loud as everyone can hear a emergency blast door is going to have shut, cutting off the umbilical. So let me draw something to represent that. Draw a shape. And apparently it is also going to crunch part of that guy. So yeah. Yeah, you guys that are on the side of the ship are going to look over and just see that the door is completely shut. Zoe her spot was to see if she could hear the gears. She didn't hear the gears, but you hear the loud kaboom, and you're very familiar with the sound of a blast door being closed, and you know exactly where direction it came from.
Well then, that changes plans.
To be fair, I thought you were going for the jetpack thing, and I was like, good, Zoe's learned. And then you were like, I'm going to shoot.
Me too.
I wanted to make sure someone was safe first.
Refrain. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know. I caused the problem. I wanted to fix it. The jetpack was going to happen this turn. Unfortunately, that happened.
Yep.
Oh well. What's happened.
Yep. Okay. So, another blaster bolt will actually ring. Actually, she can't take the shot yet. That's right. She's got the cooldown. Okay. So, Bon Voyage is going to look around and say, "Dang, Ferric, they've activated the blast door." And then he will look at the other pirates and say, "To the ships!" as everybody will begin to retreat. That will be their turn. Freya cannot take a second action because I remember now. So that was a waste. Okay. Zoe, I will let you go next. What would Zoe like to do?
Blast door is
The green rectangle. Yep.
So I can see they're retreating, right?
You can see that they're retreating.
Running is always an option. But did I hear that order? Or do you want me to roll a perception to hear that? Scotty? You're muted. Did anybody hear that at all?
No.
Damn, you're muted.
Thank you. That happened last time. Because I coughed.
So
You're fine.
did I hear that order at all? Or do you want me to make a perception to see if I heard that order?
No perception to hear the order. You can hear him say that as they're beginning to retreat, and then you hear Freya from behind you shouting, "What are you doing? Move, move, move!"
I'm going.
Not
Guys.
fast enough, she says.
Those running. But she's also going to say, hey, guys, get out now. They're going for ships. And Zoe's going to book it out. So there's no need for me to make a jetpack check. But
There's always a need. You let the GM decide that. So you go ahead if you're going to use your jetpack, and then go ahead and give me a check.
I was going to say I wasn't going to.
Then if
They're
you're going to
running away.
run, I need a dexterity run. If you're going to move only 10 meters, then you move your 10
know what?
meters.
You know what? Bump it. Let's make that jetpack check.
There you go.
It's not the where are you? Jetpack. Operation. Okay. 8.
8. It's good
Just going in a
enough.
straight line.
No, there's no one on the wild die. It's relatively clear sailing. So yeah, you end up hitting the jetpack. Which way you going?
Opposite direction from them. So
Towards Freya?
that way.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, so yep, Zoe ends up hitting the jetpack.
So
Then
that's
Freya
70
is
meters in a straight line, I think, or is that 100?
straight line. You
I-
should be able to maneuver with that thing.
Yeah, I can. I was
Yeah.
just seeing how much I could. Well, whatever.
So.
I jet out of the scene, basically.
Yep. Alrighty then. So, to the rest of the party, we're going to have Yumi run up to the door and start punching at it with one of her fists, and says, "No, no, no! Wham, wham!" And Zager is going to say, "Yumi, we have to go. We have to go now." What is everybody else going to do?
Thing is, the door's closed. I'm gonna look at Zagar and just gesture if he wants help getting her on the ship.
He will motion his hand like go.
Alright. I'm gonna just go on the ship and and I'm going to start heading for what the guns.
Okay.
Since-
Adamox will also do the same. Richard, I
Right.
imagine you're heading to the cockpit.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him and go, I don't know what happened between you guys, but we need to get out of here now.
Okay.
And I'm getting on this ship. You're welcome to join us if you choose to. And I'm gonna get on.
All right. So if you
Try
want,
to get out of Dodge.
yep, everybody who's going to run to their stations can give me a dexterity run check in order to increase one more speed increase to get to their stations.
I will also get on the comms and tell Jada, if the droid head isn't finished being installed, we're gonna need manual controls.
She says this one has thought as much once Jada heard the communication. Richard is fine to fly, she says. However, this one is working on the engine.
How soon will it be ready?
She will say it will not be a complete fix. However, this one believes she can jury rig within a minute for at least a micro jump, she says.
Good
So,
enough.
so hearing that, I'm just going to say over the comms, do you want help on fixing that quicker?
Jada says this one will take any assistance Jada can have.
And I'm going to divert myself to go to help Jada.
Okay. So that's where you're
Guys,
going.
get out of Dodge as soon as possible.
Yep.
I'll hide or something. No one's actually seen my face, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so while you guys are doing that, Zagar is going to walk up to Yumi and say, Yumi, we need to go. And she'll kind of slouch down and she starts sobbing. And she looks at it and she says, he killed my mistress and her husband and wife, and he must pay. And Zagar goes, Yumi, I understand, but we have to go now. And he will pick her up, kind of by the arm and things and they will start making their way towards the ship. And he will get on the comm and say, don't close the ship yet. We're heading your way.
Got it.
Roger.
All right, so Zoe, you're going to be jetpacking, and then you will see Freya as the way everything's going. She's going to have enough time that the cooldown for the rifle is going to transpire, where she's going to grab, pop it open, and you're going to see a shell casing fly, and there's just kind of like this little bit of a smoke as she slaps it back in and then takes another shot, but this time ends up shooting a panel over here, as you are going to see these black armored figures kind of rounding the corner over here. And once she hits that panel, that blast door is going to shut. And then she's going to look at you and say, what happened? What did you guys do? As she's now going to get up and start making her way, running in the opposite direction with you.
Oh boy. So basically, situation went foobar. Presumptuous, I'm assuming, wannabe pirate lord wanted our cargo. And some choice words were stated. I panicked and reacted.
As you're having this conversation, you guys are running and you're kind of following her, and she makes a run down an umbilical, and she says, yeah, no kidding. That was bon voyage. The fact that you even made it out of there alive was amazing. As she basically starts running into a specific umbilical. And you hear her say, we're on board, as she slaps the closing of the door once you get in, and she's like, take off, go, 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 go. All right, and then everybody on the DP-28 is going to be ready to rock and roll. So In my mind, everything shut off. Zagar and Yumi got in. He's kind of tending to her and taking her around to probably the guest quarters where he's been staying. As she's still kind of distraught and angry, he kind of takes the pistol from her hand, puts it in his holster, and says, "It'll be okay." And she's like, "No, I need to go back." He says, "No. You stay with me. We will get him." He says, "We will track him down. We will kill him. We'll make him pay." And then she's like, why would he do that? I at least need answers. And he says, "I know, and we will get you those answers. But for now, this is the best course of action." And then she'll say, "Yeah, if you say so, yeah." All right. So we'll go with Richard. Go ahead and give me a piloting check to start maneuvering.
Space transports?
Yep. Sorry, piloting check is in D20 Star Wars. Everything starts running together when you've run multiple systems.
Tell me about it.
10.
10, this is good enough. So you're able to unlock from the umbilical, which is easy
12.
enough. 12, even better. And you're able to start getting away from the space station. Crom, go ahead and give me a space transport repair as you meet Jada, and she starts pointing at tools and panels and things and starts barking orders to you. As you notice that she's working on stuff and Kit's actually working on a few things.
Well,
God damn it, I'm muted.
It's one of those nights, I told you, people.
I sit here asking questions like, why does no one answer? Is this with negative dice?
I'll be generous and say no.
All right. Oh, actually, dump it out of my bloody hand. All right. Let's see, 8, 9. Get back to being a 1. Thank you. 9, 15. 18.
18.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. 19, sorry.
19, even better. Okay, so with her direction, things that, and you're kind of sort of impressed because she's still working on what she needs to, but she's telling you like almost verbatim, remove this panel, do this, do that, do not do this, and she's very concise and specific to where it is actually pretty good help, and you're able to, with her assistance, get through a big majority of what she needed done. Alrighty then, so Adamox is going to be getting in the turret. And then we'll jump back to Zoe, who asked the question, who? About Bon Voyage.
Okay. So, who is this Bon Voyage? I'm guessing he's very important by that reaction.
She's going to say yes and no. He's been a new pirate that's come on the scene. He's hit the PowerPoint station. Nina and I have been kind of aware of some of his actions, and we believe that he's been working with the Pirate Queen. Why they're out this far away from her territory, I don't know. They usually don't like to pick up or they don't usually like to travel outside of their routes.
Do I know who the Pirate Queen is?
You may
Would that
give
fall under
me
common knowledge?
You may give me a streetwise knowledge.
Okay. Streetwise coming up. How much do I have in that? Well, lovely. 3.
3. This is a pirate who is a queen. That's what you know.
I really need to increase my streetwise. But oh wait,
This is why I'm letting you and encouraging you guys to make the checks, because you can level up your abilities after the session. All right. Yeah, no, you have no clue. she will kind of start walking in the direction to the turrets, and she will place her sniper rifle kind of like, in my mind, I always imagined it's kind of like a magnetic kind of holster that they have near there, where she puts the butt of the rifle down, and then you kind of hear this lock in as she kind of walks to the ladder, turns around, and she'll hit the down turret. So she starts climbing down. And as she's doing this, she's gonna say, "The Pirate Queen is some kind of a mythological being or something. She's been around for at least the past 4 or 5 decades. Rumors have always been hit or miss, but she always seems to be ever present around hitting certain trade routes and things that's stealing from people. It's we never put much merit into it, but apparently Nina has suspicion enough to believe that apparently some of those rumors are true. As she gets into while she's climbing down, starts getting in the turret, and then you hear her shout, "Man, the other turret!"
Can I help?
"You can help by manning the other turret," she says.
Oh, I didn't know if she was talking to me specifically or not.
"Yes, you."
Okay.
No, yes, she was.
Manning the other turret.
Yep. Alrighty then. So as you guys are getting into your positions and going, you'll feel the ship kind of moving around while this whole conversation was going down. And Richard, you're gonna get a flash on your comm.
I'm gonna answer it.
It is Nina. Nina is going to say, "Well, hello there, stranger."
Hey, long time no see.
Yeah, I know. And apparently, it sounds like my sister has picked up one of your crew members.
Oh, she didn't die.
I'm sorry, what? Like that? Like she was a little confused. You're expecting her to die?
I was hoping not.
Well, that's a good thing. She says, make sure whatever jump you do before you go, send me the coordinates. I can tell you, and we can dock, and I can get Zoe back to you.
Sounds good.
At that point in time, your sensors are going to start lighting up. Whoop, 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 whoop. As you're going to notice that there's about, we'll say about 10 fighters that are kind of coming around. And I am going to rely upon theater of the mind.
Goody.
So we will put the map cover up. So everybody who is wanting to, which would in this case be Richard, you go ahead and give me a initiative. Couldn't think of it there.
All right. And 14.
Okay. So, would you like to go first or second?
First.
Okay. All right. So, Zoe, how many actions would you like to take?
Wait, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay.
I'm lumping in everybody in the same initiative with Richard's roll.
2.
2? Okay. Richard.
2.
Okay. Adamox will take 2. Crom, how many?
I will take 2 as well.
All right. Okay, so who wants to go first? You
I'll
are
go
going
ahead and go
to,
first.
as a freebie, you're going to actually be able to look out the windows and see in the rough direction where the pings are coming from. And you're going to notice that these are starfighters, and they look like what are referred to as uglies. So for those of you that don't know what uglies are, they're a type of starship that have essentially been slapped together from random parts made to fly and then just used. So these are very common amongst pirates and then certain smuggler groups and things like that. So yeah,
Essentially junkers.
pretty much.
Exactly that, actually.
So
All right. So as we're pulling away, I would like to attempt to calculate the jump.
absolutely. So go ahead and give me an astrogation check. Astrogation mechanical.
15.
15.
Wait. 17.
17. I like those odds. Okay. Who would like to go next?
I will go last.
I'll go.
Okay. Alrighty then. So in order to better assist with Zoe, we will have Honey Badger turning in, flying, which will also be another ping on your sensors. But since the transponder is a familiar to the system, it's not a warning ping. It is kind of more or less like a friendly over here. So it's got a different sound of a ping. And then Freya is going to, not Freya, Nina is going to be flying quick. So, Zoe, you are going to see that there are, within long range, some ugly fighters that are heading your way.
Oh,
This will be intriguing.
I need to
I'm going to try to shoot it.
stats. Absolutely. Let me double check because I have to bring up the stats because I don't think I have them in roll 20. So give me just a moment. Roll your mechanical gunnery.
Starship gunner.
Yeah, Starship Gunnery. And then if there's anything to add from it, I will let you know after you make your roll. So roll it, either write down or keep your number, and then I will let you know if you get any extra dice. I believe you should get extra dice.
Exploded. Exploded so far, I'm at a 10.
Then roll me another d6.
Let's roll a separate one.
Yep. And then add that to your roll.
That cocked. So let's start it again. That would be a 1.
A 1. So a total of 11?
Yep.
All right. So, this has. They're not moving that fast. Language.
Sorry.
You're fine. It doesn't have any maneuverability, so whatever ends up happening. I think the target that you're going to shoot, and I did say 10 uglies, right?
Yes.
All right.
So yes.
I didn't get the number. I just
Oh, you're fine.
Uglies.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that I did say 10 and I remember the right number. All right. So the one you're shooting at is going to attempt to space dodge out of the way.
Do a barrel roll. It dodges everything.
Right? All right. So he has another check to make along with an ally.
Right. I got Star Wolf's theme stuck in my head. You know what? This works. Let's do it. Play it. It's a difference of okay. So he goes to do like a little tuck, like barrel on things that in order to evade, and when he does, go ahead and give me a damage of. These are 7d6, so roll me 7d6. 76. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need a unique one for... Where's my 7? 7.
Okay.
Here we go, baby. Come on, Maracas of Death.
That's right. Oh, I love that sound. Now
I love
let's
the
just.
fact that none of them went in the tray.
Oh. Refund.
So... 5 on the wild. 13.
13. So it ends up bumping. Okay. So as you.
That's only 6. Where's the
Yep.
7th?
So you take your shot as this guy basically goes to do a barrel roll,
One die short.
smacks into one of his comrades, which throws his comrade off, bouncing him back, allowing you to take the shot and just completely destroys the ship. So they are down 2-9.
So I guess that didn't matter then?
Nope.
I gotta find out where in the world that dice went. There it is.
Where in the world?
Oh my. So that dice
Yep.
was a 6.
Nice. All right.
That's weird.
Alrighty then. So there is that. Zoe took action. Adamox will take a shot. And that is that number. That's going to be a hit. It's going to be the same dude that ended up getting smacked, so absorption is required. Ooh, that's not a good roll for him.
I like this ship. It doesn't give a frack. It's the honey badger.
That's right.
Get it?
So Adamox will end up taking out the other ship. So they are now down to 8. Alrighty then. So that was Zoe and Adamox. Richard's calculating the jump. Crom,
Yes.
go ahead and give me another space transport repair check, if you'd be so kind.
I'm assuming at a -1 this time.
Yes, this time it is -1. You're taking 2 actions.
Alright. Well, I got a 1 on the wild die, so. Sorry, Jada.
You got a 1 on the die?
Yep.
Fantastic. Okay. Give me a straight strength check.
Okay.
This is going to be loading cargo all over again, isn't it?
And for those of you that don't know, please visit our YouTube channel and check out the VODs. I want to say that's VOD number 2. I could be wrong on that. Or prologue number 2 or whatever.
It was either 1 or 2. Hey, at least you didn't roll a medicine check and amputate somebody.
That's right.
18.
18. All right, so as you're kind of doing stuff, Jada starts barking more orders. And while you're kind of working at some of the stuff, you end up kind of catching a hold of some kind of live wire or something like that, and there'll be kind of this spark thing. And Jada's like, "No, don't touch that!" And you are stunned with a difference of 3.
Okay. So I'm out for 3 turns then?
No. You are stunned. The difference between your roll and then the amount that the power conduit essentially smacked into you was a difference of 3.
Okay.
And then, so you are stunned. So for the next 2 rounds, you are negative 1d6 on all actions.
Alright.
All right. I say Magic coin time. Oh, you're lucky. There'll be a flickering of the lights in the cockpit for just a brief moment. And then everything's fine. Okay.
I have a feeling that could have been astronomically bad.
Not necessarily. Could have been bad, though. All right. So now it's the pirates' turn. Let's remove you.
Get it? Astrogation calculation, astronomically bad.
Thank you. Someone picked up on that. Someone picked up on that.
No, it's kind of one of those things of like I was laughing on the inside, but it wasn't good enough for a laugh on the outside. Oh.
Ouch.
Oh. Oops. All right.
Not
Anyways.
like you.
All right. So the pirates. The pirates are going to be increasing speed, closing the distance. And then it'll kind of cut into one of the cockpits. Like the camera will cut into one of the cockpits where the voice of Bon Voyage will say, "Do not destroy that YT-1210. I want that droid." And the pilot says, "Yes, sir." And they will begin to open fire upon the DP-28. So they need to make checks. They get a fire control of 2. So that assists. Let's not use a player die. Just in case.
That might hurt.
That might hurt. All right. So first part is going to be a miss. Second part will also be a miss. Third is probably going to hit. Oh, yeah, that's a hit. All right. So I'm just going to mark these down, then we'll deal individual rolls later to try to hopefully make things faster. All right. So that was 3 shots. Shot number 4. That's a miss. 5. That's a hit. So we got another hit. And we have number 6. That's barely a miss. 7. That's a hit, so 3 hits so far, and then the last pirate ship. Ha!
You all right?
Oh yeah, I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, okay, that almost sounded like pain there.
No.
No, it might be painful for us.
It might. You never know. Give me just a second, as I have to now do something right quick. Versus. Huh. So, the last pirate to shoot is going to fly with their nose down and basically boom, impact into the rear of one of the other pirate ships. Does not do any damage. It ends up soaking up via the shields. And there's a little bit of like screaming amongst their comms like, "Watch your fire! Friendly fire!" All right. So now, Richard, you have 3 sets of damages to take. So, let us roll our stuffs. You get to roll. I hate to be that GM, but I did you say that you raised shields?
I do not believe that I said I did.
Okay. So
Please tell me we have ablative plating.
oh yeah, no, all the ships have plating. It's called hull. So Haul
There's different
damage. So you roll your haul against their damage.
Yeah. Sorry, Scotty. I was being a space nerd. There's different types of hulls.
Oh, I know. And in this system, it's represented by the dice code. So some
Fair
hauls are
enough.
better, and that the better hauls are more dice. The worst hauls are less dice.
Oh. But do as I say.
16.
All right, so that one hits the haul but grazes off. So you are fine for the first hit. Second hit, same thing. Same verse, or second verse, same as the first.
Rolling each of them.
Yep, you're rolling each of them.
Which Valentine battle was the lead one?
9 with a 1 on a wild die.
Oh, son of a... Hold on, I gotta bust up the book.
Oh no. I don't like that laugh.
That was a laugh to your oh no.
Yes, that was a laugh to your old... Oh, no.
I know what the maniacal laugh is. We haven't seen it yet.
Sure. I
Yeah.
mean, screwing with the
What
players
was
is
your
a DM
number? You said
privilege.
9?
With a 1 on the
9.
wild die?
It doesn't matter about the 1 on the wild die. It's soaking damage, so 9.
Oh.
That's a difference of... Ooh, hello. Okay, so... You are heavily damaged. Heavily damaged ships have taken much more serious amounts of damage. If a heavily damaged ship is lightly damaged or heavily damaged again, it becomes severely damaged. Roll 1d6 to see which system is affected. Number 4. Let's find out what number 4 is.
Please
No.
don't be the drive.
No.
So that's the malevolent one, isn't it?
That's the slightly maniacal one.
Yeah. Oh God.
Don't
my
be the
head.
drive
We're all gonna
systems.
die, aren't we?
Possibly. I'm
Or
sorry.
engines.
All right. Hyperdrive damaged. Increase all extrication difficulties by +10 until the drive is fixed with a modifier with a moderate repair roll and 1 hour of work. So,
Oh.
in order to represent this, as this all goes on, the blaster shot from the Ugly will hit the back end of the DP-28, and there is just a and while Jada and Crom are working on this, we will use dexterity dodge as reaction. So Crom, if you'd be so kind, dexterity dodge.
Are you sure you want me? I have the lowest dexterity dodge.
Well, she's got to make one too.
Alright.
Wait, do you serious? What is your dodge? I'm curious.
That's for me to know.
Good
Fair
answer.
enough, my friend.
Yeah.
She has experience with this, it seems like.
I would imagine she's come across this a couple of times.
Possibly.
Especially working with me.
Yes. I'm using the purple die for Jada at the moment.
Ooh.
21.
21. Fantastic. So you both are able to reflexively kind of get out of the way as there is some shorts and things that kind of take over the hyperdrive system that ironically you guys are working on. And Jada goes, no, and starts looking over. She's, oh All this work. Oh, no, 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 no.
I'm just gonna look at Jada and say, "Calm down. We can fix this quickly.
No,
We take care of this."
No, we can't. This one cannot fix it this quickly. This one needs the shipyard. Oh, no. As she starts kind of looking over and she's like, and she starts rattling off different parts and different things and stuff like that that need to be adjusted and fixed. And she's like, and she's going to take the rest of this time to try to start calculating how one may begin to attempt to rig this.
Is she making a MacGyver check?
Yes, you can make a MacGyver check in these types of things.
Okay.
Okay, so unless I am mistaken, Richard, you have one more thing of damage to soak?
Do I? That's for you to tell me.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
You ain't weaseling out of this one, bud.
That smile on your face is very, very scary, Scotty.
You're welcome. Years of experience.
13.
13. Oh,
And we are consulting the book again.
we are consulting the book again. Excusez-moi, I went well past where I should have went. That's not it. That's using the hyperdrive. Terrain difficulty, shields. Damage. Well, shields ain't up, so you instinctively will throw your hands off the wheel and up as there will be an arcing blue light that dances across the entirety of the controls. You, my friend, have ionized controls
Oh,
and are now dead in space.
well, shub.
So, would everybody like a moment, a breather, if you will, to consider one's life choices that have maybe led you up to this point and things that may some time to think and process this Vanguard 2 situation?
I said this was going to be a cargo situation again.
So we're going to
It's
take
just
a
going to be one of those sessions.
Yep. We're going to take a micro break, and apparently this
Alright.
whole time I didn't realize that I had Adamox's stuff up while Adamox was not present. Okay. So, we will take about a 10-15 minute break and breather. If you are enjoying the stream, please let us know if you have any questions and things of that. Now we're taking the break. Some of us can actually keep an eye on things. And
By the way, TM,
yes.
the link is broken.
What do you mean the link is broken?
Apparently, the link is broken to the chat.
What hell? Tim?
Which link?
I don't know. Ask her.
Yep, that's
Yep.
a her question.
So this is also something that we'll have this time to think and process and apparently fix our stuff for link issues and things like that. So give us a moment, about 10-15 minutes. We will be right back. Promise you. Welcome back, everyone, to Dice Dorks in Danger, where we're in danger. These are the moments as a game master that I live for. So, the DP-28 has had more damage done to the hyperdrive. its controls have been ionized and is essentially coming to basically going to be eventually stopping, as it is very similar to when your fuel pump in your car goes out and you are no longer, well, nope, I lie. I made that reference before, but it's actually more of your power steering and everything's just kind of locked up. So, the pirates have gone. It is now back to the players. What would the players like to do? And please, you've taken your time. You've thought these things through. Give us that little extra time to think. Is there something better that can be done to improve the situation? And now, I leave it to the players. What do we do?
So, quick question.
Yes.
Do my comms still connect to the DP28?
Yes, I will say yes, because it's easier for me.
Richard, can we attempt a parlay?
Little
That
late.
is an option. It's
Lots of
going to
plan,
be very
people.
difficult with everything that's happened.
True. And considering what they want, I don't think they're going to get. Chances are she'll go down kicking and screaming. And Zagar would probably help.
So, does anybody else want to go first?
I'm just going to be trying to jerry patch this ship right now with Jada. That's all I'm going to be doing.
Okay, so we'll start out with that one. Jada is still kind of like got her hands on her hair pulled back and things that you can kind of see where her droid brain starts accessing files and information. You can see some lights blinking on and off like in rapid succession. And she's like, okay. We can still salvage this. If Jada was to run a couple bypasses, and then she starts talking almost in a foreign language. As she starts kind of going, if we do this, we did that, proper repairs would take about an hour, she says, and then she looks over at you, Crom, and she says, we can do this, and we can still do this in a minute, but the problem is that if we do it wrong, the DP-28 will explode.
We're going to die anyway if we don't. We die anyway if we do. Well,
Game Master.
Yes.
I just had an idea. Is Freya the youngest one, or is she the second youngest of the three sisters?
You do not know.
I'm asking because I'm trying to find out if the one that was Empire is still on the ship.
You do not know.
So I'm gonna turn to. So is your sister still on the ship? The one that was Empire.
For flavor, as you're doing this, Freya the camera kind of points to where she's down in the cockpit and she's moving around with her hair. She's like, we have a little more pressing matters.
Well, this is the player speaking, and I had an idea, but I don't think it would work. But it's a far-fetched idea.
So what's this far-fetched idea?
So I don't know if she's been on any ships, but an IFF can be, what's the word? Fabricated an Empire signal. Most people see an Empire signal and run.
So what ship do you have that can fabricate an Imperial signature that would actually make these pirates look at where the signature was coming from and say, oh, they're Imperial, and
Good
actually run?
Point. Me? Nothing.
Yeah.
I was.
I think you have your
that
answer.
would probably be. Okay. So it's like, because I was thinking it was something technical, but I didn't know.
Well, they have their sensors, and the sensors can be fooled. But the problem is that they still have their eyesight.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
that becomes the problem.
To be clear, I wasn't talking about us. I was talking about like in the distance or something.
Oh.
But yeah,
It's possible, but you would have to essentially jettison a probe And in order to get the probe far enough out that they couldn't see it with their eyes, especially if it was something like an Imperial Star Destroyer, which is massive, it would take too many rounds to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
But
no
that plans
place
out-
that you can.
That plan's out there, but
Yeah, there's no place that I can think of off the top of my head that you can launch that probe fast enough to get that kind of response and reaction.
okay.
Very good
Well, was worth
plan.
shot.
Very good idea.
Worth-
So, actually,
shot.
taking that plan and running with it, what if we were to launch it like around the corner of the station?
That's possible. It still may not work, but it would have better odds than sending it elsewhere.
Yeah,
That is possible.
it would still be a long shot.
Yeah, it would still be a long shot. But
The
it's
Hail Mary,
totally
bud.
possible. Oh,
better
absolutely.
than nothing.
Absolutely. So, what are the players wanting to do?
And
Richard
Zoe's
is going
gonna
to bet on good old-fashioned capitalist mindsets.
Okay.
Zoe's gonna throw that idea out to anyone that will hear it.
Okay. So, we've got some things in play, but we still need to do some dice and things of that. So, let us go
Okay.
to Crom and finish out his action. And Jada will begin giving you orders as she will start working on her own stuff, and she begins to give Kit orders. So, Crom, go ahead and roll the technical space transport repair for me.
You don't want to go
Is that-
outside.
I'm assuming at not a -1.
It is still a
I'm-
-1. Because
Okay.
she's helping you, it is easier.
Hold on. I'll be back, guys. I gotta let the dogs out.
All right.
Okay.
You let the dogs out. Dead man.
Me,
Bones just
me,
did.
me. Okay.
I don't
Oh,
like
God.
that sigh, by the way. That was not a helpful sigh.
Oh.
Dice are angry at me
There was
tonight.
his one.
Well, at least it's not a 1 on a wild die, but
Okay.
it's 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
What she's telling you is way more complex.
Actually, it's a 9, but doesn't matter.
All right. So it is way more complex, and you're doing your best to keep up with it. And you are making good strides, but you're not moving as fast as you feel that you should. So whilst Zoe is gone, I will take in consideration that Zoe will pop this question up, and Freya will say, that's worth a shot. And then over the comms, you'll hear Nina say, it's probably not going to do any good for him, but yeah, we can do that. As she will begin arming a probe with the proper signature. So she needs to make a check.
I just had to use my mother's walker to walk around the house. All right, I'm back.
So, Zoe, to catch you up whilst you were gone, you made the comment about for anybody to listen, and then Freya said, yeah, we should try that. And then Nina said, okay, and she's attempting to arm a probe to jettison it in a direction that is on the other side of the space station. Okay.
Okay.
So that will constitute hers. Zoe, what would you like to do? You still have these ships that are going. Or wait, no. I lied. No, I didn't, because that was a freebie. You said that and they were doing. Would you like to do anything? Would you like to attempt to shoot? Would you like to just burn your action and do nothing? Being in the ships and the gunneries is a little bit tougher to pre-plan for.
Yeah, because it's like I have one thing.
Yep.
Or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the shoot.
Okay.
Wait, first off, can I actually see anything that's
Yep.
not in massive long range?
You can still make the shoot.
Okay. Okay. Cancel Starship Gunnery. Here we go. Of course. Oh, exploder.
Nice. Yeah, no.
9.
9. All right, so that is not a hit. It hits into the shields, and then is completely absorbed. Okay. So Adamox will do the same thing. Wait a minute, because he's actually on ship with Richard. Richard, would you like to go before Adamox?
I'm going to reach out to Ranix.
Okay. So you hail Ranix. Ranix picks up very quickly and says, "How is the synthetic? Are you out? Are you safe? Can you make the jump?"
Safe, no. Safe, no. We took damage pulling away. Cannot make the jump.
He will then say, "I'm sending out a squadron of fighters your way." He says, "Hold tight. Please don't die."
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask. I will try to open communication with them to buy some time while you launch these.
He will say, "Do what you can. Do what you must." Okay.
Will do.
So I will give that as a freebie action. Because I'm seeing it on speed dial.
Yeah.
So roll me a communications. It should be mechanical.
My bro, you have Ranich on speed dial?
Yes.
Should be under mechanical.
It should be mechanical. I will double check. Yep, communications mechanical.
I'm surprised that's not on my sheet.
I am too.
Yeah. This is second action, correct?
Yes.
Okay. How many of those do I have?
I don't
I
know.
will burn a character point.
This sounds good.
It's very good.
Nice.
15.
15. Okay.
Wait, 17.
Even better. All right. So you begin
Use
to make
force.
your communications call out, and the camera will cut as Bon Voyage will be standing on the bridge of a rather large ship, and somebody will walk up to him and say, "Sir, we have an incoming signal from the YT-1200." And Bon Voyage will kind of, I kind of imagine his hands behind his back, and then he'll go, He'll take a hand and he'll kind of rub on his whiskers a little bit and he'll say, "Send them through." As the communication will turn on, he'll say, "This is Bon Voyage. How may I help you? Have you reconsidered my offer, or shall I wipe you from the face of the stars?" He says, "and collect whatever scrap I can to sell."
I mean, I'm pretty sure the synthetic is going to be worth more than scrap.
"No, I don't care at this point." He says, "Is it a matter of honor? I would much rather
First
see you
off-
dead."
First off, I would like to apologize for the child misbehaving.
"She killed, along with some of your other men, killed some of my men. That's a little past misbehaving, don't you think?"
You have a point.
Hmm.
So, what is it I can do for you? Have you heard of me?
No,
No?
I have not heard of you. You are a human. Many of you in the galaxy.
I do a lot of runs here. I do a lot of transportation of various goods,
Mm-hmm.
above and below table. And I can also get my hands on many, many things.
Intriguing. Go on.
So, in exchange for leaving the ship in one piece, I'm willing to cut a deal and what's a good way to word this? Oh, favors. Go out, find some things that you may be looking for. Things of that nature. I'm very good at what I do.
Well, keeping your crew in check is clearly not one of the things you are very good at doing.
She has a very hot temper.
see.
She goes out of control on occasion. Believe me, she will be heavily reprimanded for this.
As she should. I believe for the death of my men and putting me through this headache, he says the only viable means of setting things right. You hand over he doesn't say synthetic. You hand over the droid. You hand over that Mandalorian. You give me 50,000 credits for all the trouble, and we call it even. How does this sound?
Credits can be an issue, as I have also sustained extreme damage, and I won't exactly be able to provide any kind of service if I don't have the means to fix the ship.
But if you provide me the credits, he says, you can always go back to the Sindan, and even 2-3 credits, he says, you can acquire more monies. But he says, I'm remiss. He says, what do you think to be a fair deal? He says, in exchange for the credits. He says, just these favors?
Well, since you're interested in the synthetic, I'm assuming you already have a buyer.
That is for me to know and for you to never find out, he says.
Well, I'm sure you've seen how strong the synthetic is. I can't exactly just hand it over. It's entirely too powerful.
Oh,
for
I
me to be
believe
able to
that you
do
can hand it over and that you should hand it over.
I do not have the manpower to subdue the synthetic.
He will say,
Now,
a large enough EMP, he says, or electrical field, he says, should be enough to drop it. They have weapons for this, no?
not aboard my ship.
As luck would have it, he says, I happen to have these types of weapons. I can take care of the synthetic. I just request, he says, that she go into my custody, as he says with like kind of a devilish grin that you can't see because you're not on holovid.
If you give me some time to get controls back under control, they're ionized at the moment, I can attempt to pull back onto the dock, and you can do what you need to.
Oh, no. He says, you will not be docking back into the station, he says. We will come to pick you up. As you end up seeing through the window this large vessel that's coming around the space station over one of the upper rings and things of that. It's light cruiser size, maybe, give or take. A little bit bigger than what Vanguard had. You can't really place the maker model. it does look like it's an older ship. It definitely is a lot more flashy. On the outside, it looks like it's had some hand painted panels and things that to kind of really set it apart from a lot of stuff. And then the conversation will continue as he says, "So we will pick you up." He says, "You will hand over the Mandalorian." He says, "You will hand over the synthetic." He says, "And then you will owe me 3 favors if credits are an issue."
The Mandalorian is also not on board. As I'm sure you saw, the bulkhead came down and separated us.
He says, "This is something that I must have missed." He says, "When I was..." Crap, there's a term for it, and I completely forgot. No, he'll just go ahead and say, because he's a pirate, he doesn't care. "Well, I was retreating to safety."
Yes, the Mandalorian is not on board.
Oh, well, this puts a little bit of a damper in the plans now, doesn't it?
That it does. She might still be on the station.
Well, he says, and if she's still in the station, he says, I will send out a all points bulletin. He says, to the rest of my crew. He says, we will have her kidnapped, taken into our custody. He says, in which he says we can do. If we cannot find her, he says, this will be an issue. He says, but since you are coming onto the ship, he says, and we must take care of the droid. He says, certainly you would not mind us rummaging around to make sure that you're not lying to me.
You're more than welcome to look for the Mandalorian aboard my ship.
Okay. He says, so, the Mandalorian, we will take care of the droid, and 3 favors. This is the accord.
Agreed.
He just says, you hear him kind of like, you hear his voice get away, assuming that he's turning his head to speak to somebody. He says, send out the message. Have the fighters come back. Continue making your way to the ship. He says, keep a very close eye on it. He says, point all weaponry towards it. If she decides to make any moves, you blow her out of the stars. And you hear this, yes, Captain. As he says, hang tight. We'll be with you momentarily. And
Understood.
communications get cut off.
So, can I give Zagar and Yumi a heads up that this was to buy time and that fighters are being scrambled to assist us?
They're still in the guest quarters. So yeah, you can basically open comm across the entire ship. You can Zagar has a comm. You can directly communicate to him.
Yeah, I'm gonna directly communicate it to him.
Okay. So yeah,
So-
you pop up. He takes his comm. What's up, Richard?
So, the ship is going to attempt to dock, and they are going to try and take Yumi. There are fighters being scrambled to come and assist us. At this point, it's a race against time.
He says,
I'm giving you a heads up.
you hear that language that they were speaking. You hear Yumi say something very quick, very agitated, and then you hear Zagar reply with more a calming tone as he says, so why haven't we jumped?
The warp drive's fried.
And then you hear Yumi say
That's why
something.
fighters are being scrambled.
You hear Yumi say something, and then Zagar says, is that all?
That's it.
He will say, I will take her back to the oh man, tonight's just a night. I'll take her back to the engine room. He says, and she can get them up and running. He says,
All right.
we need to get out of here now.
Yeah, we do. This is purely to buy time.
I
Otherwise,
understand.
we were going
I
to blow
understand.
up.
So we're now kind of out of combat. And it will end up being temporarily whatever you guys want to do as you want to see fit to do. So what I'm personally seeing is that Zagar is taking Yumi back to the engine room to where Crom and Jada are going to be working feverishly on the engines. Zagar will look at Jada and say, "How can we help?" And then Jada starts pointing out things and everything else about like this needs to be done, that needs to be done. And Yumi will kind of look, her eyes will flash a little bit, and she will say, look at Zagar and say, handle these things, I will handle this. As she starts kind of fiercely going through. Zagar will pick up tools, kind of work over to help and kind of do what he can. Yumi will not really require too many tools with what she's doing. But, Crom, I will require you to make another check for the technical Starship space transport repair.
All right. Do you want me to do that with a negative dice or no?
No negative dice.
Okay, so 5d5 then.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 moment. I just
This is a really big gamble.
This is a very big gamble. But we'll see how it plays.
What?
Can I also inform Ranix of an update?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I'll inform him of everything that transpired.
He will let you know that the fighters are scrambling, and they should be to you within 30 seconds to a minute, he says. At the fastest. At the longest, he says, well, let's try not to think about that, he says.
So,
If
Scott,
you can buy me enough time, we're getting the warp drive up and running.
Let's pray that you can do that.
Yes.
And Zoe, what were you going to say?
how's the Trojan horse looking?
Glad you asked. There will be a lull in time, and you will actually hear a as you will kind of see from where you are in the turret, a probe getting launched. And then Nina says, all right, so it should take about 25 to 40 seconds, she said, to get over there. Then I can activate the signal. It should be out of the line of sight of whomever is over here. And what the fighters are retreating, she says.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she says. And then the moment you get off of the phone with Ranix, you get another ping from Nina.
Yes?
And she goes, the fighters are... Why are the fighters going back, she says. Why aren't you moving?
Warp drive's fried. Controls are ionized. We're working on it. Fighters are being scrambled by Ranix. And I'm hoping this buys us enough time to get everything up and running. It causes enough confusion for us to make a quick jump. Is the astrogation still going to be viable once it's fixed?
Nope.
Okay. I will send you coordinates as soon as I can.
17, by the way.
Thank you. She will... She will actually say, okay, please don't die, she says, as she will start banking off and then heads on a different course, making as if she's going to go port.
Alright. I do not plan on dying today.
Nobody plans for it. It just kind of sort of happens, she says.
If it happens, it happens.
All right.
At least I'll be out of debt.
True. All right. So the ship is getting closer. Bond's capital ship, we'll call it, is getting closer. And as he's getting closer, there's going to be one of the people that says, "Sir, we just got a ping of an Imperial cruiser coming in." Really? He says. Yeah, it came out in coordinates, and he lists off the coordinates. He says, this cannot be good. Well, provided, he says, we don't do anything stupid, he says, we should be okay. Continue bearings, of course. He says, keep a very close eye on their trajectory. He says, keep me informed. Yes, Captain. And then, Zoe, you will be seeing the ship just kind of get DP-28. You see the turn, and then you see the DP-28 getting further away as Crom.
Yes.
You do much better this time. You're actually able to get the work that Jada wanted you to get done and actually say, is there anything else? And then she gives you another task. So you're able to kind of complete what you need to fairly quickly. Zagar is not the world's best. He's moving okay-ish speed, but he's not moving like Jada. And on the same time and token, you see Yumi has already finished 3 different tasks from the computer side of things, and she now begins to start focusing on more of the actual mechanical things as she starts taking panels apart and starts ripping into stuff and wiring and doing what she needs to. Jada kind of looks over and she says, "Oh, thank you. What does this one call you?" And without even looking, Yumi says, "My designation is Yumi." Yumi, Jada. And they kind of exchange pleasantries and all that stuff. And she says, "Thank you." She says, I don't know. This one doesn't know where you had learned to repair things. She says, but Yumi has saved us several minutes worth of work. And then Yumi just nods her head and she says, "That's the idea." She says, "We need to get out of here, and we need to get out of here now." So, Richard, while everybody's doing this, is there anything you wanted to do while the controls are still ionized and the shields are not up?
If I throw the shields up, I'm concerned that it's going to be seen as...
Oh, it will be. You know this. I'm just reminding you don't have shields up.
Yes. So, not going to do the shields.
Okay.
Can I do anything about the ionized controls?
You can work on them, and so long as you don't physically move the ship, they're not really going to know anything. Because it's only partially ionized. It's not like the entire ship's ionized. They would see no power and then suddenly power.
So I'm going to attempt to get the controls back online.
Absolutely. So you go ahead and give me that mechanical space transport repair.
Isn't space transport's repair under technical?
You're right. I said mechanical. Technical. Thank you.
Okay.
Somebody's paying attention. I'm not.
Let's see. 17.
17. Yeah, you're actually able to do this relatively quickly. As you kind of start popping over the panels and things, that you're able to run a quick, easy bypass with some of the power conduits and things that to kind of do what you need to, kind of like kick-starting a car or can't even think what that's called when you hot wire them to kind of make sure that you can redirect some power and things that and everything starts coming back online.
All right. So the next thing I want to do is plot a new course for the moment that those engines are up.
Alrighty then, so you go ahead and give me an astrogation check. Which, by the way, just so you know, after this, I'm going to have an initiative roll, so we can now determine who gets what, where, and how far, because the ship's getting a lot closer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I like this.
Good. I like that you like this.
21.
21?
No, 23.
That's even better. I love it. Yeah, so thankfully, what you're going to notice is that once you kind of get everything going on, although all of your calculations were not saved, there's actually a chunk of it that is still remaining that you can actually kind of clear some of the unneeded data from and then use some of those calculations. It actually helps you. So you are able to get this plotted a lot quicker. So now, with Bond practically breathing down your neck, within tractor beam range, I would like for one of your party members to roll perception for initiative.
I'm not on the ship, so it doesn't make sense for me unless you want me to.
You are a party member.
You are a party member. You can technically, but somebody else like Crom or Richard can roll it.
You do have the
Oh,
highest as well.
I'll do it then.
Okay.
E+1. That one didn't. That one was cocked, so 4, 8, 11.
So, would you like to go first or second?
Richard?
We'll go first.
Okay. So, how many actions would everybody like to take? Zoe, we'll start with you.
Dose.
Okay. Richard,
2.
Crom.
Take 2.
Okay.
It takes 2, baby.
All right. So, Zoe, what would you like to do for your first action as you are flying away from the DP-28?
Zoe's going to reach out to Nina. Is there anything I can do?
Nina will tell you that she is taking a long way around. She says she's going to basically fly down towards one of the other rings. She says, and she's keeping an eye on the situation behind you guys. And if she needs to make a sharp U-turn to fly back to help, she will. But until then, any act of aggression might end up causing more problems for your friends, she says.
My action is nothing.
Okay. So, Richard. Wait, let's not do Richard. Not first. Crom, give me another technical space transport repair, if you'd be so kind.
Dice are going to be kind to me tonight.
God, why did you say that?
Because they have been very cruel to me tonight. And I'm asking them why.
Oh. We do not ask these questions. We merely accept what the dice gods have given us.
I'm still trying to find out how D6 is cock. Like, it
They hit
happened.
an angle.
D6.
Yeah, they hit an angle and they just kind of stay there.
Yeah, but that's happened to me twice in this session.
Oh yeah, it happens to me a lot. What do you got, Crom?
11.
11? Okay. So as you're working, other people are going to be working too. And since you guys are in the engine room, you will hear this first as there's a kind of like a as the engines come back to life. And Jada says, oh, and she immediately hits the comm and says, engines are back online. We can jump now.
Okay.
You have your course plotted, and I will allow the free action to send it.
Okay.
Send it or send it?
Send it.
Send the course.
Yep. Sending the course to Nina. All right.
I'm sorry. I had to ask. There's two meanings to that.
You're fine. All right. So, yep. You send it, and then for everybody watching, basically Nina, as she's flying, there's basically kind of a screen that pops up and gives these coordinates as she's like, oh, and she starts typing things in with this sigh of relief. So, Richard, what would you like to do?
Do I notice any fighters yet?
The fighters are pretty much almost entirely into
Last, come here.
the Bon Voyage's capital ship.
And Ranix fighters?
No, not yet.
Hmm.
To be fair, he said about 30 seconds or so. So in game
Yeah,
time.
you also said it would take about 30 seconds to get the probe to where it was.
This is true. But yes, no.
No.
Nothing
okay.
yet.
Okay, well,
So, asking for game knowledge,
Yes.
going directly into a jump, how long would that take?
Oh, it's almost immediate. It
Alright.
takes exactly one action.
Yeah, it's usually like less than 6 seconds if my nerddom's right.
In that case, I'm going to do the jump.
Okay. So as you're kind of going and things that will cut to where Bon Voyage, he's standing up, got his hands behind his back and things that, and there's somebody that says, "Sir, we are within tractor beam range." He says, "Perfectly fine." He says, "Go ahead, lock onto them with the tractor beam." And the person says, "Yes, sir." As you see DP-28, and then Bon Voyage goes, "Well played. Well played."
So I gotta ask, they were far enough away to safely pull that maneuver, right?
Oh, yeah. They're fine. Nina will also quickly turn, align, poof, and then she jumps. So we will now see the ships, the Honey Badger and the DP-28, respectively, coming out of hyperspace as Nina will go ahead and make the dock to the DP-28 and basically get everything lined up and all that stuff. As Nina will kind of and then leans back into her chair and just like, oh, that crew is so much more headache than they're worth. All right, so you guys have free reign.
All right. So,
Lovely.
once we dock, I'm going to meet with you.
With Yumi?
I will go see Yumi
Oh, okay.
while we're waiting to, dock with each other so that we can pick up. So,
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to say something to Nina before Richard, if that's all right.
That's fine. Absolutely.
After the whole line about the crew, I was going to say, thank you. Thank you very much.
So you talking to Nina or Freya?
Both of them. I owe you a life boon. Pay it back whenever.
Nina says, "Don't worry about it." She goes, "These things happen." Then Freya says, 2,000 credits, and holds her hand out.
You'd rather have credits over a favor.
Nina just kind of chuckles, and she says, "Apparently, the job was worth 2,000 credits." She says,
Oh,
and then
Hey.
she just goes, "Come on, credits."
I'm honor bound to give you the credits.
above game, my
Yes.
pulse went from 97 to 77.
Unfortunately, she is actually honor bound to give her the credit. Well played, Scotty. Well played.
I know how to
Honestly,
play my
wasn't
characters.
expecting that to work.
Yep. Nope.
But- Well, I'm playing a character, and it's like honor. So it's like
No,
I
he
offered
wasn't
a
talking
boon.
about that. He was talking about getting away from the pirates.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
But
Okay, let's continue, and then we'll wrap up in the talking here soon. We're finishing everything
Well,
up. So, okay, yeah,
let's
you
still
give
go
her
into
the credits.
yeah,
Yep.
He gives her the credits. And
She takes
bows.
it. She bounces it around, nods her head, and she says, "Thank you for your patronage. Use this again anytime." She says, "You're in trouble," which apparently is quite a lot. And then Nina just chuckles.
So, question: Where are your facilities?
They'll give you a rough idea. Just head down here.
Zoe makes the I'm about to hurl run.
Okay. So, yep. Goes, helmet off, head in the blue. As Nina and Freya will basically go ahead, open up the door in between while Richard's standing right there. Nina will, we have got to quit meeting like this, she says.
Yeah, we do.
Your Mandalorian is in the facility, she says. As Freya just kind of walks in and like tosses up a bag of credits, and then it's just like, yeah, she's around there if you want to get her, gives you kind of like rough things, and she's like, just walks in, more or less makes herself at home. She's like, where's that kid at?
I did say that I was going to talk to Yumi while we were docking.
Well, as I asked about that, and I thought, okay, I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
So everybody, wipe that from your brain. They're getting ready to go in. My bad.
Okay.
So while everything's going on, you head back. As Yumi and Zagar are walking out, you see Yumi is got some grease and dirt and grime on her. Same with Zagar, as they're kind of walking their way back, speaking in their native tongue to each other.
So I'm going to look at Yumi and Zagar and call out to them.
They will walk over to you.
I had zero intention of handing you over.
Zagar just shrugs his shoulders and says, what's done is done. He says,
Yeah.
We're out of there. He says, that's fine. He says, thankfully, I don't have to fight my way out of any bad situations, he says. And then Yumi just kind of pats him on the shoulder and she says, well, thankfully, we didn't have to fight out of any of the situations.
No, I had zero intention of handing you over to them. It's purely to buy time.
Yumi will say, whatever works, right?
Yeah. I appreciate your understanding.
Yumi says, it is what it is. She says, had you tried to, she said, I would have killed every one of you. And then killed them.
I'm well aware that you have that kind of power.
Zagar just kind of smirks. He does that Luke Skywalker in Return of the Jedi. Kind of like, dang gum, man. That was a little heavy-handed. And then she will basically just kind of look over at Zagar and she will say in basic, I would much prefer to clean and refresh myself up. Do they have any type of facilities like that? And he'll say, oh, yes, back in the room. I'll take you there. I can show it to you. She says, okay, all right. Then she will look at you, Richard, and she will nod her head and she will say, thank you for your assistance. As they will
Thank
walk
you for
off.
your assistance.
All right. Now, fast forwarding to the docking part and then all that crap happening. So now we're good. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to look at Nina and just kind of laugh and go, so did you hear what happened?
Which part? She says, you said that your hyperdrive went down, your controls got ionized.
No, before that.
What? She looks at you a little confused as Nina is just like, where's the kid? And starts walking off.
That Mandalorian on your ship got a bit trigger happy before diplomacy could be taken.
She'll kind of look at you with this kind of almost parental motherly disappointment on her face. She'll cross her arms and she'll just go,
Kids, right?
yeah, kids, she says. No, Ranix didn't tell us much. He just asked if we could go help. Apparently, Bon Voyage had pinned you guys down, and he said that you guys needed some help. And thankfully, we were nearby, and we hadn't left dock yet.
And I really appreciate that.
She nods her head. She goes, I can understand that.
It's gonna be a nightmare to get all of this back in working order.
She snickers and she says, yeah. She says, you might want to think about taking the proper time to actually fix your engine, she says, because take it from firsthand experience. She says, I have had problems, she says, just constantly jury rigging those engines. She goes, it can lead to some very bad situations.
Oh yeah.
At that time, I'm going to say Zoe's already puked her guts out and she's come back in, helmet back on, all that stuff, as Richard and Nina are finished talking.
I'm gonna look at Zoe and go, you and I are gonna have a long talk.
You say that as Crom, I imagine you coming out of the engine room through the secondary door. What does Crom do when he hears you and I are going to have a very long talk?
Head just immediately snaps to Zoe.
So, Richard, I already know what I did. They can tell you I was puking my guts out.
Nina just shrugs her shoulders.
Yeah, that's not gonna be enough. You
I
almost got
know.
everybody killed.
I know. Trust me.
You got a
I
new
know.
toy, and you got trigger happy.
I also panicked in a situation where I shouldn't have panicked. Should have just.
I'm just
let me-
gonna like. Okay. Well, when I put my hand on your shoulder and said you need to calm down, what did you think that meant?
take a moment, breathe, and think. Trust me. I figured that out the moment I fired it. I knew.
Yeah, well, I need to make sure that you understand this. Because this will not be tolerated in my crew.
Trust me, I get it. That was reckless, abrasive decision, and it should not have been made.
Now, go get cleaned up. We can continue this later.
Yes, sir.
Does Crom have any input?
No,
Okay.
just listening.
All right. So as Zoe goes to get cleaned up and things like that, just out of curiosity, what is Richard going to do now? As Nina's kind of waiting for Freya to get done finding and talking to the kid, which she successfully found him.
I'm going to talk with Nina and go, I don't even know what to do with this kid.
Don't have kids of your own, obviously.
No.
She will say, so I now question whether she's a true blood Mandalorian or not, she says. They tend to be a little bit smarter in pressure situations. Though these kind of things can happen, she says, as oddly childish as this is going to sound, or rather as odd as this is going to sound given her age, she says, might I suggest taking that weapon away? She kind of chuckles. She goes, because clearly she can't handle the big guns.
Clearly.
And you needing to talk things over with her is a good first step, she says, but you really need to make sure that she understands it. And let's face it, because you guys are crew members, and that's a type of family. She says, you need to decide what's best for your crew ultimately, and how long you're willing to basically put her on a probationary period, which is something I would do from my crew members, she says.
That is a given.
She nods her head and she says, well, I'm just happy nobody died. Happy you guys could get out. She goes, I have to admit, she says, I did not think you guys were going to make that jump.
I wasn't sure we were going to be finished in time to make that jump.
That mechanic of yours, Jada, she is wonderful, she says.
It wasn't just Jada, it was everybody.
She chuckles and she says, that's good. You got a good crew then. She says, everybody's willing to chip in, do what they need to.
Oh, yeah. Under pressure, we usually pull through. We have so far, actually.
Okay. So at this point, Freya will come back and Zagar will be with her. And she will look up at, or she will look at her sister and say, "Hey, just got done, ran into Zagar, found him, talking to him, and apparently he's wanting to get out of Dodge," she says. Nina kind of looks, "Really? What do you mean by get out of Dodge?" And Zagar says, "Well, Richard, please don't take this the wrong way."
Oh, I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah, he goes, "But given the opportunity," he says, "I think I would much rather be on ship with the crazy lady than right here, and I need to get Yumi out. And I think this is the best way to do it."
So I'm going to look at Nina and ask, "Can I have a word with you?"
She'll look at Zagar for a moment, then look at you, then nod her head. She'll, yeah, and motions her head away from them as Freya will kind of get the cue and then kind of put an arm around Zagar and they start walking off talking.
All right. I'm going to look at Nina and go, "That droid is sentient, has a personality of its own, can be extremely dangerous, is the property of Ranix, and is already promised to a hut."
Really? She says.
Yes. This is your call. You're more than welcome to do this. I want you to make an informed choice, and if you do decide to take them on, we need to talk to Ranix first.
Nina will kind of say, "Well, I have a lot of pull as a bounty hunter. But at the same time, it would complicate things if I crossed Ranix." She says he might not be as kind to allow me to port at his ring for nothing, and he might not be as willing to help.
Yeah.
Contact Ranix, see what's going on, fill him in. And then she kind of gets this weird look on her face, almost like she's hurt and conflicted all at the same time. And she's like, "Yeah, let's play it by ear."
All right. So I'll contact Ranix while they're working on the engines.
Okay. So Crom, they walked near where you were and you were standing. You got to hear this stuff. What would Crom like to do?
Rum is just currently assessing the situation. He's looking between them all. He just wants to get back to work. He wants to fix the ship at this point.
Oh, I got you.
If they want to leave, they want to leave.
All right.
I mean, he respects Zagar and enough to know he's not going to do something stupid to them.
Right. Okay. So, I really feel this is a pretty good place to wrap it up. But before I do want to ask if anybody has anything specific they want to do to handle before we wrap it up for the night.
No, this seems like a really good spot.
Alrighty then. So,
Yeah, I got one.
sure.
It's a little private. Literally, as soon as Zoe gets to her quarters, she looks at a image of the Duchess, and it's like,
I've failed our people.
and that's where she's pretty much gonna call it. Like,
All right. So we will leave it there for now. No, I was debating on doing a screen swipe to something else, but I think we'll leave it here. I think it's good. My question is, did everybody have fun?
That I
Yeah.
did.
Good. And I have to admit, from a GM player perspective, I was very worried that you guys were going to fail your check. perception check, your initiative. Couldn't think of it. Had that happened, I think I give the proper cues to let you know that they were that close to locking onto you with the tractor beam.
Yeah. Things really would have gone sideways there.
Yes, they would have
That
gotten.
was a huge gamble.
That was a huge gamble, which paid off. But
Yes.
why did it pay off? Teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what happens when you guys work as a team?
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it? Derek, are you
Where?
taking notes? And for everybody, hold on. For everybody watching and things that had you not seen the last game sessions on the VOD and YouTube, and I cannot help it. It's years of tradition that somebody makes a bad call, like what was made, in my opinion at least, that there's a little bit of ragging going on. So for the next couple game sessions, probably at least, I will be giving him some crap. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But Jim, in my defense, I did try to get the team in on it. It just didn't work.
After the shot.
No, I tried.
No, he did before the shot. He tried the comm link. My big thing as the game master. Now that's another thing is that I have to let everybody know my take on game mastering, because I know there are a lot of people out there that are different. I will always think of things that I think is the best scenario for what, if I were the players, what I would do. I cannot force that upon the players. I have to let them make their own minds up. I had to let them make their own decisions. So when the shot was fired, the only thing in my mind was like, oh my God, why would you do that? There are like at least 3 other options I would have went with first. But as the game master, if that's what the player wants to do, that's what the player wants to do. Which is why the ribbing will continue for a little bit, because I think it was funny. And it could have went way worse had that tractor beam gotten a hold of you guys. So thankfully,
Don't panic.
Yeah, thankfully the dice had actually worked out in your favor, which I was very happy to see, because you guys have had a pretty rough luck since the start of this system. You guys have had it kind of on the rough side.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this is a good trend, that things can escalate on the positive for you guys for at least a little bit. Has anybody got anything they want to talk about for this game session or last game session, or?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. So this is where the this particular, I don't even know exactly what to call them. It's not a campaign. I guess it'd be mission.
Arc?
No, it's not really an arc, but the mission will come to an end. So now I will award character points. So everyone will be awarded 5 character points. This would include Jinja Ninja, who is currently not here. So everybody was going to have 5 character points. If you've been keeping tabs from the start of getting onto the Sinden or getting onto the space station till now, any and all any and all skills you've made with the character, skill checks, have an opportunity to be leveled up. If you have not jotted them down, like a certain Richard that I know, by all means, I have the VODs up so you can go back, rewatch them, write down the skills that you have used to attempt to level them up. We will not handle that at the moment on stream. We might recap to see what people have decided to level up, if anything, on the next stream, out of curiosity. But I know these things can kind of take time, and I don't want to waste anybody else's time with that kind of stuff. So, and just out of curiosity, Krom, how many character points do you have?
20.
Nice. Zoe, how many are you sitting with?
8.
Nice. Richard?
14.
Nice, not bad. So yeah, these character points can be used to rank up quite a bit of stuff, or they can be held to be used in the middle of combat and things like that. So please use them wisely. So,
I'm done with.
yes, sir. Yeah, and I think that's pretty much everything we got for this evening. Thank you for those that have been watching the live stream and have kind of been going on. Hope you had a blast. I had a blast. For those of you that watch on the VOD, either Twitch or the YouTube, hope you had a good time. Comment if you all you want and all that kind of fun stuff. So we are gonna call it here. So everybody, I hope you have a wonderful evening full of dorkiness. Bye.
Later.